Hey everybody, this is Anthony from Into the Darkroom, and this video is going to show you how to manage your design settings in your Annatto website template. So I'm in the back end and I'm in the design tab, and under the design tab you have two tabs, the setting and the fonts. The first one we're going to go over is the settings tab. And the first item you're going to see is the navigation logo, which is going to appear right here. It could be a JPEG or a transparent ping, and you can link it to any page that you've created or an external link. So some people want to link it to their home page. They can go ahead and select that page, and you could decide if it's going to open in the same window or open in a new window. So when I click on this, if it's going to link to an internal page, I'm going to want it to link in the same window. If I linked somewhere externally, I'm going to want it to link in a new window. We have another logo down here so that when you are looking at the splash page, you can add a larger logo, because this area right here is much smaller than this area. So we wanted you to be able to add a completely separate logo or a graphic or an image or, again, a larger logo, because this splash page is meant to be super clean and super simple. So we wanted you to have some options there on what you can do with that logo. So you can go ahead and add a second logo there. Again, same thing, transparent ping or JPEG. The site minimum size is the size that the site has to be before it starts to add scroll bars. So you're going to want to set that so the site can only go so small. And then you have the body background color. So let's go back into the album here and let's go ahead and refresh this page. And you're going to see that there's a blue color that loads behind this image, and any of the captions are going to also appear blue. So if you want to keep that really clean, you can go ahead and set that to white. And I'm just going to go ahead and save this and refresh it. And you'll see that color back there, and the captions then are white. Any of these color settings, you can just click and pick a color, or you can go ahead and paste in a hex code that you get from Photoshop if you have very specific colors that you want to go ahead and put in there. This navigation background color is this color right here, so you can change that, which is another good reason to make this a transparent ping if you're kind of playing around with it so you can see what it looks like. And then you have the ability to auto hide the navigation. If I click true, this navigation is going to hide. So I'm going to click true, I'll click save, and I'll refresh it. And you'll see that it'll take up more of the window here. So that image is in there. The navigation has disappeared, and when I roll over it, the navigation comes back for me to use it. So if you want your images to go a little bit more edge to edge, you have that ability as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back to false, save it, and refresh this. And then you're also going to notice that we have options for the page background color and the foreground colors. So these key lines that it talks about in this yellow are found here. You'll see like a yellow line right there, and if I go to one of our info pages, you're going to see that the yellow key lines are there, and then this page background color that they're talking about is right here. So I can go ahead and just make this white, and I could also make this white if I wanted to, or I can actually turn off those key lines. Let me click save here and refresh this. And you can see that all of that changed to a really clean white look. And if I go back to the album, the key lines are also going to be located around all the thumbnails. So if I go ahead and take a look at the thumbnails, mark this true, and click save, I'm going to refresh it. You can see these thumbnails right here. All these little white lines now are the key lines. So these would all have been yellow before we changed it. And then you have the ability to change the thumbnail proportion. So you can keep it auto-sized, or you can change it with this drop-down to square, and then all the thumbnails will actually be the exact same size and be square. And then you have the ability to change the height as well. So you can change the height of the thumbnails, make them larger or smaller. And then you have two options at the bottom that you're going to want to pay attention to. One is the social bar height and the social bar background. If you're using the social bar, it's this item down here that has all your social networking. So the color is the background here, and the height is the height of it. So you can make it larger or smaller. The smallest you can make it is 40 pixels. Let's go ahead and go to the font area. And in the font area, you're going to find the embed font glyphs. If you have a language that you're typing in for your site and you have special characters that you're using, you know who you are. You're going to want to turn that to true or false. So you can go ahead and play around with that to see if it helps out with your characters. Any English-based language is fine how it is. So the font style you can choose from a list of drop down here. You have the splash page text color. So let's go back to the splash page, and if I go ahead and change this to a color and I refresh it, you're going to see on the splash page that the color shows up on the text links right here. You have the navigation text color, which is that gray right there. You have the navigation highlight color, which is when I roll over it, it changes to that color. You have the text selected color. So if I pick a page, it's going to highlight it to that color and keep it on that color so you know what page you're on. And then you have items like the title text color and sizing here. And so if I were to click on one of our pages, you can see our title, and it's set to this color right now, and you can change the size of that as well. The description font, the color, and the size is all going to be right here. So you can change all of that. It's also going to be on the splash page right here in this search engine optimization text. So I can also change the spacing between each line of text. So it could be this line and this line. I can change the spacing between there if I want it to be a little tighter or a little bit looser. And then you have the footer text, which is going to be on, I believe, another page here. And you can see, let me go ahead and move this over. You can see that we have this footer text right here, and you can put in your copyright and your studio name. And once you have that set in there and you type it in there, it'll appear, and you can change the color. You can change the color, and you can change the size of that. And then back to the social bar, you have the foreground color, which is going to be any of this main text right here, and then you have the highlight color. So any kind of link in there, you can go ahead and change that color as well. So that's what you can do with the Annatto template. I hope it was informative, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks so much.